he will improve for this himself. But we've already seen Jessica Harrington strike with her juveniles first time out this season. Vaffortino's on 11-1 for Joseph O'Brien and Shane Cross. That one by New Bay. Prix du Jockey Club winner. And big prices bar those. Noel Meads too there. Noel didn't sound overly confident of either of them today, but Beaujolais Pope must be a story behind the naming of that one. Maybe we'll find out about it another day, but time not permitting us to go into any more detail on this occasion. But the Beaujolais Pope is one that Noel seems to think will do okay in due course. Colt by Dragon Pulse, 17,000 yearling purchase. He's one of those still to load there, as you can see. We had a bit of trouble with the fillies in the first at the start. We ended up having one withdrawn, and there's another one got rather wound up beforehand. Shade of odds on then about the Blue Panther, 11-10 on. Laws of Indices continuing to shorten there, 16-5, which is a price we're seeing more and more of these days. Street Kid at 6-1. And just going up now is Stop on Red for Jimmy Coogan and Chris Hayes. That one by Memas, another debutant today. Followed by Evergreen in Red. Appropriately enough named given carrying, and I think that the Beaujolais Pope might be the final one here. Just the two Mead runners out of line now for this Colts and Geldings edition of the Foreign Equine Series, jointly backed by the Irish EBF. Let's go to Jerry Hannon.
White flag is raised. They're off in the Foreign Equine Irish EBF auction C&G maiden, again over 5.5 furlongs, and driven up over on the far side in these early stages. The Blue Panther with Street Kid and the red cap prominent. On the outside is King Wasp, being followed at the end of the first furlong by Vaffortino. Laws of Indices tracks in 5th place, being followed on towards the top of the track by Stop on Red. At the rear of the field, stable companions the Beaujolais Pope and Evergreen in Red. Heading on to the halfway stage, and it's the Blue Panther with the rail advantage, showing in front of Street Kid. Orange colours of King Wasp on the outside, then Vaffortino and Stop on Red. Laws of Indices followed by the Beaujolais Pope and Evergreen in Red. Little changes heading on to the 2, and it's the Blue Panther and Gary Carroll leading by just over a length to Street Kid, who's driven by Shane Foley, and then in the middle of the track, Laws of Indices and Billy Lee staying on. Vaffortino on the rail, Shane Cross, but it's the Blue Panther in the lead, racing to the final furlong. Street Kid is rallying back on the outside. Then Vaffortino and Laws of Indices as they race up towards the finish. The Blue Panther within the centre. Street Kid, Laws of Indices on the near side might have collared them both. Street Kid and the Blue Panther, and Vaffortino was there in the clutch.
What a finish that was. The Blue Panther was looking for the line, and I think has been swamped in the end by both Street Kid and Laws of Indices. He was right over the top of them on the outside, and looking at that, you'd favour Laws of Indices, I think. But it is tight. Judges called for a photo. Blue Panther trying to put his experience to good use, made much of the running, but it does look as though he's come up just short on his third start here. Vaffortino's run very well also. If Street Kid hasn't won, might just have been his own worst enemy. He just showed signs of greenness late on, carried his head quite high, and Shane Foley had to give him some serious encouragement just to